guys, so I haven't been on to update you guys on what's been happening just because we have been so incredibly busy with both the programme and trying to fit it into our lives and our daily routine. So we haven't really been leaving the house very much. We have been trying to do as much messy play as possible, so laying out our picnic rugs. I'm sure you've seen our picture. We now have a paddling pool in our lounge and it's massive. So we are putting out all sorts of things, from custard to cucumber, absolutely everything you can imagine. So the idea of this is to create as many different food scenarios as possible so that he starts to find one where he's comfortable. So we are to prepare many play picnics on the floor, which is messy play, and to generally just get him messy, to have fun and totally forget about any fears that he has, and to make it a fun situation so he's not feeling pressured into putting things into his mouth. So we are doing that in combination with having him in his high chair at meal times, and just generally trying to create sort of food scenarios so that the routine is get him into his high chair, get his bib on, bring the food out, and then hopefully something will click and he'll think, okay, now is mealtime. So we've started doing that, and he is making progress with that. So he first of all went into his high chair and he would scream and kick. I do believe that that's an association with sort of, you know, past experiences, with him being really sick getting things in his mouth. So I do think that it is a positive that he is sitting now in his high chair, and at least, you know, grabbing things off our plates, which, you know, notube are sort of assuring us that that is a really good place to start. We should have sort of seen some good signs from now, but we haven't seen any with the food, but we have actually made massive progress with drinking. So notube are kind of baffled with this as well, because it kind of goes on sort of a scale. And we start with purees, then, you know, it gets a bit lumpy, and then it comes onto solids, but easy dissolvable, and we work up from there. And they said that drinking is actually one of the most hardest things to do, because it does involve every muscle in your mouth being able to control such a fine liquid, bring it from the front of the mouth and back and swallow with being able to breathe. So he seems to have cracked that, and he is happy with that. We've been advised to start on Coke. So out in Austria, they said that this is quite a common thing. So we took their advice and we jumped in, we went for it, and he loved it. So we are impressed that we have him on Coke. Preferably, he would be taking his own sippy cup, he would be putting things to his mouth himself, but no, he skipped all of that. He wants to drink from my cup. So he gets quite messy because I have to sort of control it into his mouth, but he's loving it. And we're at the stage now where the juice will be sitting on the table, he'll come crawling over, he'll pull himself up, and he'll be starting shouting at me, you know, in his little language to try and get my attention to give him some juice, which is a revelation, because before he had absolutely nothing in his mouth whatsoever, and he was sick all the time. So the sickness has dramatically reduced, which is excellent in itself. So he used to vomit, I would say about, oh well, on a bad day, about 10 to 12 times a day he would vomit, and a lot of the time it was more than half the feed. So of course we need to cut down the times in between feeds, you know, to make sure he's hydrated. So that in itself was putting us on 2 hourly feeds really quite regularly. So that's obviously not good for him either. His body isn't used to digesting things, it's not used to going through his system, and he's always struggled to put on weight. So we are delighted that the sickness has reduced a lot. That's fantastic. However, he is losing weight, so we have to weigh Henry daily, and I'm glad of it because I'm getting a little obsessed over it, if I'm perfectly honest. I can see it in myself. I can see the weight is starting to fall off of him. Been assured not to worry about this. Once we hit the 10%, if we hit the 10% of a weight loss, then we stop the program. We beef him back up again, we give him solely tube feeds, get him nice and fat again, and then we start again. Obviously we don't want to get to there because there's a fine line between getting to breaking point for it to actually work. So we are really hoping that in the next few days something kicks in, that he wants something in his mouth, and that hopefully he's even interested, because he's just not. I have made a little video that's just coming up now for you guys to see, just sort of a regular nighttime dinner routine for us. So it's just Henry sitting in his high chair, pretty disinterested, and it's not very exciting, but it is fast forwarded for you guys so that you're not super bored watching it. So I hope you enjoy. So yeah, that was a typical mealtime for us. Nothing much happening, nothing at all going in his mouth. He was quite interested in pouring out his juice and, you know, making loud bangs, which is lovely, but nothing has gone near his mouth. So we're hoping to take him out to a few cafes and restaurants, let him play about, get really messy with some distractions in the way as well. So that will be in our next video, trying to sort of get him out into the open world and experience food in another different way. So thank you again for watching, everyone. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, give us a like, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!